Hello everyone, this video is about this front open shirt design. So let's see how I made it. Double fold your cloth and then fold it again and then just draft your normal measurements on top. If you're using a pattern, then pin it up on top and make sure all your measurements are correct. Then leave 1 inch for hemming and also make sure you leave seam allowances too. Then cut out according to your measurements. For sleeves, I'll cut bell sleeves here. It's not too much wide, but a little bit a bell shape in here. The pattern I'm using is for 3/4 sleeves. So I'm cutting it full sleeves. That's why I'm leaving a little bit extra here. And when you reach your elbow measurements, then go towards the outer side like I'm doing it here. Now take your front piece of shirt, fold it in half and then pin it up and then cut open in half. Once you're done that, then cut your neckline, which is 3.5. The V shape I'm cutting here is 1/8 of an inch and 3 inches deep. And also cut your armholes a little deeper because it's the front of the shirt. For the back of the neck, I'm cutting just 1/2 an inch here. So here I'm using this 1 inch wide cloth for binding the front of the shirt, which we just cut in half. The method I'm using to bind the front edges is explained in so many other videos, so I will just leave a link in the description box. So after binding the front edges, just take another 2 inches wide cloth and attach it 3 inches down from the neck and 8 inches high from the bottom. Now take that 2 inches wide cloth and fold the top and bottom both edges of that cloth and then fold it in half and run a stitch. And I'm also running a zigzag stitch here to bind it because my cloth is fraying a lot. Now sew both front pieces of the shirt on top of this strip. To make it look nice, try to keep both sides close to each other. So this is how it looks. And now take your back of the shirt and attach both pieces at the shoulders. For sleeves, I'll attach the same 1 inch wide strip to the edge, but before attaching, I'll sew both ends of the strip together to make it look neat from inside. I'm planning to attach band collar here. The only thing different with this band collar is I'm trying to attach the same piping to the top edge of the collar. So I folded my neckline in half and traced it on top of a paper. I pinned it up and kept both sides parallel to the edge of the paper. The neckline is parallel to the top edge and the folded side is parallel to the folded side of the paper. And then draft exactly how the neckline is. I'm measuring about 3/4 inch here for the width of the collar. So after cutting it out, I'll place it on a piece of cloth, one printed and one plain piece of cloth. I cut the plain blue cloth 1/4 inch wider than the top printed cloth. Next thing what I did was I pin a stitch on top of the interface to have a nice bulk there. So when I flip it, it gives me that same piping effect. After this, run a stitch here in the ditch so the collar is under control and fully set when you attach it to the shirt. Since the collar is ready now, so now it's time to attach the blue cloth to the wrong side of the shirt. So the back of the collar is attached and now I'm turning the printed side over the right side of the shirt and running a stitch to finish the collar. For hemming the bottom of the shirt, just double fold and run a stitch. To hem the front open part, make sure you first measure both pieces and mark it so you don't go hemming one big or one small. So the project is done finally. Thanks for watching and please subscribe to stay connected.